Static affiliate sites are dying, and if you're still using old SEO tactics, you're already behind. In this video, Mark will show you why static affiliate pages are dying and what's replacing them in 2026. You'll see the same strategy Jason and Donathan are using to make millions with free traffic, including the tools, widgets, and research methods that make all the difference. And by the way, if you want to go deeper, I've got a free ebook that walks you through the entire strategy step by step. Just check the link below this video, download it free, and let's get started.
Hey, it's Mark here. I'm just going to go over the big idea behind Stealth Streams Elite. So right now, if you search for something in the search engines, there's a lot of AI articles out there, AI written articles, AI slop, so to speak. And when I say slop, it's not bad. It's reasonably good. It's probably even better than what was there 2 years ago. But it's starting to get same now, that it's actually getting harder now to break past what's already there. So it got to the point where it was easier, and now it's harder again. There was a little window of opportunity, but really most people didn't do it properly or make the most use of it. And that's why Jason and Donathan are able to have their best year ever, making millions of dollars online, even one of the sites over 500K a month. But they're doing extremely well, but it's because they do things better. Like, there's so many search phrases out there, especially the long tail ones, that like every search phrase is up for grabs now because they are all populated with maybe an 1,800 word article that reasonably well covers the topic. But and that's where I'm explaining quickly here. Like affiliate marketing, it's where you get paid a commission. Someone buys a product, like someone types "stop golden retriever barking," and then that person gets some great tips. They might go to Anne's website, then they need more. Anne's making some commissions. James gets a well-trained dog. It's simple and basic, and I remember back in the day that was the way to go. Like, you just go after all those long tail phrases and you write a really good article, and then you'd promote a really good product, and then you'd just do some backlinking and stuff like that, or someone wanting to get better sleep, they would just type into the search engines, how to get better sleep, and then they'd find Jack's article on top 10 ways to sleep better, and then they go buy this sleep track that he's recommending, if you want a meditation track, and then she's getting a blissful night's sleep, he's earning a commission, right? Okay, so simple and straightforward. So affiliate marketing, that's how simple it was. But then AI tools came in, and you'd think, wait, wouldn't AI tools make things a lot easier? Yes, but now with AI, anyone can write an article about any topic. So most topics out there, even long tail phrases, have reasonably good articles out there already. So if you're just going to jump in there and write another article, is that really going to cut it? Is it really going to be that easy to rank higher? I mean, I think in the absence of knowing what's better, the search engines just put up stuff that now is actually written by a more reputable outfit. It's harder for the new site to get ranking because they're not doing. The new site used to be better, but now even a reputable outlet can actually produce just as good content as that person that's the one-off site owner, so to speak. And they need to be better than that. So if anyone can write a post about any topic, then my posts need to be more engaging than other people's, right? Yes, but making a more engaging post, it's actually really easy with AI. It's just most people aren't doing things differently. They're not doing it appropriately. They're not doing things in the right way. So, I mean, we've got tools that include, and you might say, hey, ChatGPT has this, but not in the same way. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Like, use deep research features to make sure that AI is actually searching the internet for the deepest, most burning, unanswered questions that are not being answered by the top ranking results right there. They're using the deep research to find those answers. I should add another point in here, using trends for new search terms that are now coming up that weren't there 3 months ago. Because let's say some new thing has happened in biohacking, and now there's a new search term being typed in, and people are trying to go after the search term that's been there for like the last 20 years, when there are actually new phrases coming out there every day, and there's better and better tools for finding them. So you've got to be looking and going after those new terms that are just brand new because it's a new, an evolving market, say. You know, and you got to teach things in a more entertaining way, like use infographics or add a widget to your site. And this is easier than ever. And one way that I'm just going to show you that it's easier than ever is this took me a matter of minutes, you know, like maybe half an hour to make this lot of slides here using our AI tools that are part of Stealth Streams. You know, you might say, hey, isn't that just some image AI tool? It's not quite. It is, but it isn't. We do use them in the background, but we have our own sort of way of going about doing things. It's a better process that leads to a better result. You might try to make the same thing with a prompt, and you might find that it's actually really hard, and you get all these typos and spelling mistakes, or other things happen. And that's just an infographic. This here, I mean, we can generate ones that look good, and sometimes we have to generate ones that look a bit uglier so that there are pages and pages of content and it's still got the text right. But that's just one way to make better content, is adding infographics. Okay, you can make a widget, for instance. Okay, so let's say I was in the gold niche, because we know that Jason and Donathon, that's one of the niches that they have made a bunch of money in. They still make over 20,000 a week or whatever in this niche. It's not the only niche they're in, certainly in others that are even making more than this, but this is one of them. So let's say they wanted to make a gold IRA calculator. Now, I could type in a lot more details than this, and it will be better. I could even pick my own color scheme. I could change the font. In fact, I may as well just pick a different font here just for the sake of it. I'll go with Poppins and click submit, but I'll just let it just be on random color scheme. Now, it's going to go create an IRA calculator. Now imagine if you are running a website in this niche and you are going after some new trending search term, and then it's to do with the IRA stuff, but something a little more recent. You've written a really good article. Maybe you've even used one of our tools to generate an infographic. And you know what? You could even link off or embed within your blog post an IRA calculator. Now you're going to get people staying on your site longer, maybe even clicking share on that article, and maybe even bookmarking it, coming back, and they're more likely to buy based on your recommendations if you do these things. And I know that Jason and Donathon, they use widgets already, and it used to be quite hard to teach their students how to make a widget or something like that, and now it's like, oh, wait a minute, you just type it in. We'll teach them to actually type more detail than this, but heck, if I just type a gold IRA calculator, it's probably going to make me something half decent already. There we go, it's made it. Okay, gold IRA calculator. I'm just going to shrink my screen. Okay, just turn my face on there for a minute. So you can see this is just the preview of the tool it has just made. Okay, so you can see this preview up and down. You can also click copy as HTML, and you can embed that in your post. And this tool, okay, what's it doing here? If I change my monthly contribution, well, 500 sounds good, but let's say I made it, say, I don't know, 700, and then let's say the retirement was in 22 years, spent an annual return, let's say it was 3.5, inflation was 1.0, no, let's say my inflation's 3.0, I'll leave it at that. Then it's just going to work out inflation adjusted amounts. See how useful that can be to someone? What if there was only 12 years to retirement? Then obviously it's lower. And what if you're retiring in 122 years? You're going to make, I guess, more, even though you're only putting in that much. And what if you're putting in 7,000? People could play around with this. They might bookmark this. Okay. And it's even got a little tip in there, which is interesting. And that's just a little widget that people aren't doing that in their posts enough. I'm sure definitely you'll see it on the more competitive phrases, but certainly not on the less competitive ones. There is so much room to have better quality content, and that doesn't mean that the article is necessarily better, but it can be. It means that there's other useful things in there. It could be a personality test. I mean, I could literally type, make a perfect, I might do it in the background while I'm explaining a little more. Let's say you're a test with there we go, personality test, interpretation, tips at the end. Okay, so let's say I was somebody was dealing with depression around their sports results or something, then you could put in a personality test. I could have made it sports related, by the way. I'm just saying you could just do stuff that's actually going to be genuinely helpful. That's just widgets though. And I've talked about infographics, but the articles themselves are actually doing deep research as well. So the articles are being written better because they are actually looking for what is not covered by the top 10 or 20 results in Google right now. That is a burning question that people have right now. What are the advanced tips? What are the contrarian tips? It goes ahead. I'm not saying it will include everything in the article. I'm saying it will look for all of these things and try to give a better article than what already currently exists right now. So it's not trying to be the average of the top 10 articles. It's trying to be better than those top articles. So there's a lot of room then for people to be able, and that's why people have done well with this program and why the opportunity is even bigger now than it was even a year ago, because of the ability to generate infographics with better text, or the ability to generate, like an AI tool like I'm doing here. I'll just pause it while it's finishing off. It'll take another 30 seconds. Actually, I won't pause it, just while I was just suddenly thinking, if you imagine, like, there are more affiliate programs also available than ever before. So you could just about think of any product under the sun or any search phrase. If you could actually find, it's actually a lot easier than ever before, because backlinks aren't the big thing anymore. It's more important the time on site, and also are people direct messaging about it in the background? Are they sending an email through Gmail or something to their friend and linking that tool, or through chat, or are they hitting share button? Like all of that, like direct message sharing is actually like a really big part of algorithms now, generally, not just Google. It's incredible. So, the way to get ranking is definitely make the best quality stuff. But yes, you have to do. There is a little backlinking, but nothing like what it ever used to be. You could have just a few backlinks and end up ranking quite highly if you can make the stuff this much better, make it more interactive and engaging. Personality type. Discover your personality type. Begin test. I'm just going to... How do you recharge after a long day? When important decisions you rely on most? I'm just going to click through all of these and see what it comes up with for my personality reading. There we go. Personality results. I am the defender. Caring, reliable, observant. They're my core traits. A little bit about my personality, my strengths, my growth opportunities, tips for improvement, personal development. You could have a share button as well, or other things. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Like how quick we can do this. I just want to try and get the big idea across, I guess, to students so that they can see, the world has changed. So why are we just trying to use AI and stuff to do what we did before, but faster? Everyone's like making an article that is as good as an article that was one of the best ones of, say, the year 2021. It's really good if you were in 2021. It's actually table stakes now going into 2026. But there's a bit of a gold rush right now, I believe anyway, over the next 18 months, where you're going to be able to go out and get a whole bunch of search terms, get them ranking, earn a lot of money, because people are not producing the quality of engagement within those posts and so forth as what they probably should be, with a minimal amount of work. As you've seen with AI, we can make some pretty cool stuff that really gives people exactly what they want and even more with these tools. And people are doing well in a variety of niches with this program. Coffee alternatives. Someone's started last year's course. 3 weeks in, they made their first sale, and they're making, I think $5,700 a month right now. It's only been going 11 months, remember. In the biohacking niche, this is just one of them. There's people doing obviously a lot higher, in the tens of thousands a month, that have been going longer. But, it's that's the reason why it's working at all with free traffic, is because they're actually producing pretty good stuff. And it's easy to do, as I can demonstrate right here. All right, so anyway, that's it for this video. I hope that this helps enlighten things a little bit further. Bye for now.
So here's the truth. AI didn't kill opportunity. It just changed where it lives. The marketers who win in 2026 won't be the ones publishing more articles. They'll be the ones creating better experiences, more useful, more interactive, more human. There's a short window right now to get ahead of this shift before everyone else catches on. That's exactly why I put together this free ebook. Why static affiliate pages are dying and what's replacing them in 2026. It breaks everything down step by step so you can start building pages that actually rank, engage, and convert. Hit the link below, grab your free copy while it's still available, and I'll see you inside.